down on the ground, but I really be jealous, cause I'm the right in their minds. In their minds, screw up with me, boy, don't go crying. In their minds, come on at me, boy, there's a fight. In their minds.
It's on to the final match of the day and the weekend. Both teams out to bounce back in this one. My name is Clara Manzano, bringing you the commentary for this match alongside Glenn Casas and Philippine Air Force versus Tuloy FC. Glenn, grabe, anong masasabi mo rito sa itong laban?
Well, this could be one of the most critical games, especially now that we're starting to get to know a little bit more about the teams this season. Medyo it's very critical for these two teams to see who can secure a point in this particular round.
Tama nga, as it is bounce back day again. Both teams coming off losses as we'll take a look at our league table. And dahil dun, may mga rankings na tayo halos pwede natin sabihin. And what can you say dito, Glenn?
Well, right now, parang nakikita nga natin that the experience of some of the more mature clubs can really be showing here, especially with how everything has been moving forward with the bigger teams like Stallion and Kaya. One Taguig actually making a real good run. So now we could also see some of the effects dun din sa mga lower ranking teams right now who still lack that playtime, who still lack a lot of experience on a very competitive league like this one.
So let's see, of course, yung Air Force medyo nasa ilalim ngayon at kailangan nila bumawi. Yan ang sabi nila. While Tuloy FC are in the middle. And let's take a look at the previous results. Check na natin ang Philippine Air Force FC. At pwede natin sabihin, nahihirapan sila ngayon so far, no?
Oh, pero you know, this is something that I am really getting curious about because one of the things you could realize is these veteran players are like diesel engines. It takes them a lot of warm-up. It takes them some few minutes to really get it going. And as you could see from the previous results, they have made some improvements, which I might be looking forward to today to see if the improvement keeps going.
So, ayan, check natin kung naka-warm up talaga ang Philippine Air Force natin, no? As we will jump ship this time around sa Tuloy FC. At kailangan nila bumawi ngayon. Pero maganda yung pinapakita nila, no? Performance-wise.
Oh yes, we are seeing some sort of gaining ground, some sort of momentum from this team, which is really critical, especially kasi when you are running a 100-game league like this one, 15 clubs to face, it really needs to be na you have to step up every single game. Ganun talaga yan.
So kailangan na nila mag-step up ngayon. At ayun ang kanilang resulta. Natalo 2-3 versus Maharlika. Nag-bounce back versus Manila Monte. Pero may 7-1 result versus Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. Pero kahit papano naging crowd favorite yung Tuloy FC kasi napakaganda yung style of play nila, di ba?
Oh, yan yung makikita mo kapag pinagsama-sama mo. Kasi if you remember, pag-usapan nga natin yan before, na
Yes.
yung nakikita natin mga futsal players turned football players dun sa Philippine Ascals, nagkakaroon ng magandang build-up, magandang control sa bola. So, ngayon, we're looking at a full 11 team na puro futsal players.
That's right. As we see that they have that tendency to keep the ball on the ground, and doon ang kanilang disiplina, di ba? Kahit talo pa sila 5-0 o anuman, yan pa rin ang style of play ng Tuloy FC. At pinapakita talaga nila yung puso ng Pinoy, no? As we will take it pitchside to our reporter, Sydney Crespo, to give us a report.
Both teams are looking to bounce back after tough losses for Air Force. They're banking on their years of experience, so they have to be on point on their decision-making tonight. Coach Erwin Oro sees improvement in their last match dahil mas nadadagdagan na raw ang kanilang energy as compared to their previous matches. Their team captain, Sergeant Antonio Albor Jr. will be out tonight because he is still nursing his left hamstring injury and he will be replaced by his batchmate, Sergeant Glenn Bulaqueña. To counter the experience of Air Force, Tuloy FC says they can maximize their younger players with faster legs. One thing that head coach Taki had to address was their physical preparation for their matches. He admits that they're at a disadvantage when it comes to size and power, and in their last match, they basically gave up after 60 minutes. His goalkeeper, Michael Antillo, will also take a rest for now, so we will see action from Archie Pabellar. Tonight, both coaches mentioned the importance of pacing themselves in this game, so let's see who can sustain until the end. Stay with us, PFL fans, as our match number 3 is on its way.
Thank you very much, Sydney, for that report as we are closing in on our pre-match protocol. So we do see like a precautionary change. Kaya si Archie Pabiliar ang magiging starting goalkeeper dito para sa Tuloy FC. And just to add, no, yung nasabi ni Sydney, or of course, I think she also mentioned, but medyo kulang din yung Philippine Air Force FC na red card si Colonel John Velasco, while the likes of Antonio Albor at si Angelo Obero are out due to injuries. Yan daw ang nasabi. But kitang-kita naman natin yung roster ng Philippine Air Force. Experience pa nga sila eh. Pwede natin sabihin. So let's see. Sino magsa-step up dito?
Well,
Sino babawi?
looking at this roster right now, parang very even that anyone can actually step up in this kind of game. Kasi nga, one of the things that we've seen so far sa Air Force is that they play as a unit, play as a team. Wala silang masyadong hinahanap na parang lead guy or lead superstar like that. Pero one of the good things that could come out of that as well is if you have a good depth of players like this.
And there you go. We'll take it onto the pitch. It is Philippine Air Force FC kontra Tuloy FC.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let us welcome our teams of Philippine Air Force FC and Tuloy FC.
And there you go, kita nga natin ang mga match officials. Si Crismel Cayabyab ay ang referee at ang mga assistants ay Hussein Mag-Osara at si Ryan Colores. Si Timothy De Castro ay ang ating fourth official. Si Ravelo Saluria ay ang referee assessor at si Mark Abel De Castro ay ang ating match commissioner. Ang mga team captains naman ngayon po ay si Glenn Bulaquinia at si Noti Nunez ng Tuloy FC. Si Glenn Bulaquinia ay ang captain para sa Philippine Air Force. At ito na, Glenn, here is our starting 11. Naka 4-4-2 ang Air Force. Ano masasabi mo?
Very, like what you discussed nga, this is a very basic formation, but at the same time, it's easy to execute. So kung you're a team trying to find out your strengths, trying to see kung paano ka uusad sa ganitong klaseng liga, that's a very good place to start.
At alam natin nga, medyo basic yung 4-4-2, which you can use on defense and offense. And what is very interesting dito naman para sa Tuloy FC, naka 3-5-2 formation sila. Medyo iba.
Medyo attacking-minded siya if you put it into perspective. Medyo willing sila na mag-rely sa isang back three as opposed to yung usual na 4 defenders ang usual na nasa likod.
So let's see how they'll be able to get going because these Tuloy players have chemistry. Parang kasama sila lahat sa parang boarding school type of setup ng Tuloy FC, which is nice to see. Tuloy FC is a program where they are able to take in homeless boys and give them an upbringing. And one path is here, through football. You gotta love what they are doing, and they have been able to produce national team players. Kailangan natin mga national team players, no? As this one is off. Tuloy FC in their blue uniforms. Ang Philippine Air Force ay nakaputi naman. Glenn, hindi na mainit ngayon. So, paano kaya ang pag-start dito ng mga teams natin? How will they execute?
You really have to be careful dito. Kasi nga, one of the things na talagang titignan mo at the very early start of the game, yung gusto mong malaman yung footing mo sa kalaban. Take note, ito yung pinakaunang beses na nagharap itong dalawang kupunan na to. Hindi sila nagkaharap nung naghuling kopa kasi they're from different groups nung time na yun.
Tama.
Pero would be the first time na testing the waters talaga sila, for sure.
And of course, they also got the chance to scout each other. Siyempre, nag-aaral sila. Inaaral nila yung footage ng mga laro natin.
Pero one thing na magagaranti natin dito, yung physicality na usual na pinapakita ng airmen. Yan, that opens up a lot of opportunities. Hindi lang para sa kanila, kundi para din sa kalaban nila.
And with Tuloy FC and their background, yung upbringing din, these guys will not back down from a fight. Hindi sila takot, di ba?
Well, talagang magagaranti natin yan. There will be friction pagka nga nagkabanggaan yan.
There's that brotherhood amongst Tuloy boys as this is taking a number of bounces. May clearance tayo mula kay Rodolfo De Banco. Pero nandito ang Air Force nagmamadali as they send this one to the middle. And that was a clearance from Cyril South. South playing as a holding midfielder. Sa mga laro nila, ginawa siyang defender actually.
Very interesting run of play. Parang nilalagay nilang frontman tong si Ronald J. Makasinag sa harapan.
Tama. As here comes the airmen. They want to get it into the danger zone, ang sinasabi nila, syempre. Yan ang battle cry nila. But there was a set piece, a corner, won by Jan Delariarte. Delariarte, one of the civilian players actually in Philippine Air Force, what I was told last time. Kinusap ko dati si Coach Jobel Bermejo.
Oh.
Yun din, isang miyembro ng Ascals dati.
Interesting yun kasi even though yung UFL days pa natin, we did know na Air Force.
The shot taken. I think the keeper got his gloves to it. Nakuha ka ng konti ni Archie Pabellar. So mukhang may corner kick ulit, no? Yung sinasabi mo.
Oh, napakaganda ng pagkaka-execute ng corner na yun. It was taken right place and right time. Tingnan mo yung positioning. Hindi ko lang nakita kung sino yung nag-take ng header na yun. Pero textbook na header talaga yan.
Approved. Tuloy will try to get this. Kita nga natin, medyo lamang ang Air Force sa pisikalan. Doon babawi ang Tuloy sa bilis.
Hindi sila natatakot na talunin at lundagin ng bola na yan, sigurado.
We saw a counter-attack at may foul tayo rito.
Mukhang may konting scuffle na nangyari ba yan? Let's have a look.
Ito nga ating replay, Glenn.
Ang parang nagkakumpulan talaga sila in that one area, agawan sa bola. And of course, you can't really avoid collisions ng ganyan.
Siyempre, contact sport yung football, no?
Full contact sport.
Ayan. So we see our player down and we hope he is okay. Siyempre, nag-umpisa lang ang ating laban ngayon.
Anyone from the bench talaga, medyo magkakaroon ng cause of concern yan. Medyo may konting panic kasi especially ngayon, kaka 4 minutes pa lang natin sa laro and that could severely affect yung kung paanong strategy or tactic ang nilalaro nila.
Tama. Yung ayaw niyong gawin pero may times, kailangan niyo talaga mag-emergency substitution, no?
Tama yan.
But this is one of the Saud brothers. That is Cyril from the looks of it. Yan ang kanyang kapatid si Cyron, just checking on him. Pero mukhang okay naman siya.
Cyril Saot nga.
But because Cyril did have to receive treatment, he will have to step off quickly for a while. Magiging 10 versus 11 mo na ang ating laro. Pero makakabalik naman dito si Cyril Saot.
Temporary advantage pero sometimes yung mga maliliit na advantage na yan, natitake advantage yan.
That's right. As there's a foul against Air Force. May hawak dun. Air Force trying to impose their physicality quickly. Kita nga natin, okay si Cyril Saud. Nagdadala ng bola. He took that shot.
Hindi nila namarkahan ng mabuti si Cyril Saud niyan. Medyo binigyan siya ng open space to make that run papunta sa gitna.
Tama. At dito naman, by banggaan na naman. Bola ng Air Force.
Talagang yung napag-usapan talaga natin physical game.
Sabi ko nga sa'yo, yan talaga style of play ng mga military, di ba?
Oh,
Kahit
yes.
back in the day.
Expect na natin yan nung dati nung kumpleto pa sila sa league, na si Air Force, Navy at saka si
Tama.
Army.
Yan, parang nagiging preview din daw. Kasi may AFP Olympics din sila.
Ay.
So parang nagiging preview na rin. Dito sila naglalaro, no? Sa UFL, ngayon sa PFL.
Ito talaga magandang stage para makita kung nasan ka kasi
Tama.
best of the best na to.
Magpakitang gilas sa buong Pilipinas. So we see with Tuloy, o nakikita natin sa Tuloy, yun nga, di ba, may programa sila. Because of that program, they're uplifted thanks to the sport of football.
And good motivation yan.
Ayun. The long ball here on the right wing. Air Force were trying to get it behind Eric Mauring. But that was cleared by Brian Villanueva. But so far, so good dito. Yung ginagawa ng Air Force, sabi ni Coach Joel Bermejo, gusto pa nila maghawak ng bola or possession play.
Ang isa sa mga magagandang advantage talaga ng 4-4-2, yung flexibility niyang mag-change into a different formation.
Tama. As we saw right there, medyo nanakawan si Jan De La Riarte. Knockout play.
John De La Riarte, if not mistaken, siya ang lone goal scorer nung kanilang last encounter with UCFC.
Ayun. Tama yan. At yung nag-assist ay si Angelo Obero pero wala siya ngayon. So 1 goal scored so far ngayong PFL for Philippine Air Force. As they give it out here. Nasa kanan ng bola. Binato. Pero nakuha ng ating goalkeeper, si Zaldi Abraham.
Perfect na reaction yan from Zaldi Abraham. Nakikita na niya, nasa harapan na niya. Tingnan mo kung gaano kalapit yung distansya ng forward sa kanya. Wala na halos reaction time yan. Pakabante na.
Pero kita natin dito, may banggaan. An airman is down. At mukhang si Ronald Makasinag po yan. Nakabanggaan sila Masinag at si Archie Pabellar. Si Archie Pabellar, yung goalkeeper ng Tuloy.
Medyo nakahawak siya sa panga. Baka napangahan nga. Sometimes kasi pag goalkeeper ka, wala, medyo second nature na lang sa'yo na bantayan yung mga tao sa gilid mo. Importante sa'yo, you have to get the ball first.
Pero mukhang okay na nga siya, si Ronald Makasinag. Siyempre, matapang ang mga ito, no? Yung taga Philippine Air Force or military teams.
Of course, hindi natin matatanggal yan sa kanila. Yan ang medyo ine-expect natin when it comes sa mga AFP teams natin.
Ayun. So kita nga natin, Glenn, may fair play. Ay, solely yung Air Force ang bola sa Tuloy FC. Kaya mo kaya i-explain yung fair play sa mga viewers natin?
Well, fair play is yung kapag nakita na nasa disadvantageous position ang opposing team at inasayo ang bola, instead na ilalaro mo at iti-take advantage yung nangyayari sa kanila. Katulad nga kanina, nakunukulang sila ng isang player na nasa na nakahiga, si Makasinag. Inilabas niya na lang ang bola imbis na nituloy.
Ayan. Fair play, of course. May integridad din siyempre sa football. Pero may long ball dito ulit. Pero nakuha ni Abraham.
Hindi mo makukuha ang ganyan na pag napasobra ng pasa.
Pero ito naman isang long ball. Pabellar, bring out the emergency header.
Medyo nakalampas na kasi sa kanya, hindi naaabot ang braso niya if kakamayin pa niya yan. Good thing that in football, pwede yan.
Posible maging handball, no? Here's the header though. It is wide. Wala.
Good position to take that header. And unfortunately, not on target.
And kita natin may corner kick dito ang Philippine Air Force. Kita nga natin si Jed De La Riarte. Nandun yung mga magkapatid dito para sa football team ng Air Force.
Very, very common sa Philippine teams natin ngayon yan.
Villanueva got the stop. Kitang-kita nga natin si Villanueva. Medyo iba yung kanyang buhok dito. Kasama na siya sa aking listahan ng best hairstyle. Nandun sila Patrick Grog, mga ganun. Si Goktug Demirolo ng Cebu, yung afro niya, di ba?
Oh,
Si
yes.
Grog, makulay yung buhok niya.
Yung iba sa kanila, nag-highlights na lang. Konting
Yun.
blonde sa gilid.
Yun, si Brian Villanueva, may pagka-blonde sa hair niya. Air Force now on the right. Kita nga nila, medyo traffic.
Good
Okay yung
passing.
pinapakita, di ba?
Oo.
Kahit traffic sa gitna. Nandun ang depensa ng Tuloy eh.
At saka nakikita mo rin na tulad nga sinabi kanina, yung commitment ni Air Force to hold yung possession. Hindi na sila masyadong nagsasayang ngayon.
Kita natin madalas Tuloy ang humahawak ng possession dito. Pero baliktad ang pinapakita sa ating laro ngayon.
Baka nga itong sinasabi natin, nag-iinit ngayon si Air Force. Pero hopefully hindi tayo napapaaga lang na magsabi.
Tama. Interesting also to point out, kapag naka-opensa ang Tuloy, yung formation nila ay 3-5-2. Pero sa depensa, mukhang naka 4-4-2 sila. Long ball in. Tinabi ni Harin de Gracia, isang former national team player din, katulad nila Noti Nunez, pati si John Lloyd Halique, ang dami.
So kung babalik sila sa isang four-man defense, ibig sabihin, ito nga, ang nasa midfield natin ay medyo umaatras papunta kasama ng defense for Tuloy.
The long ball, Villanueva will try to secure, binigay kay Pabellar.
Konting pressure there on Archie Pabellar, kaya kinailangan niya ipasa ang bola agad.
Pero nandito naman ang Tuloy sa counter halos, John Lloyd Halique. Pinasa sa gitna. At may corner kick ang Tuloy FC ngayon.
Very, very textbook defending tayo from, I think that's number 15, Rodolph Bebanco from the Air Force.
Kung ma-check na natin yung goal scorers ng Tuloy FC, si John Lloyd Halique, ang leader. 4 goals to his name so far this season.
Wow, and very impressive na meron siya talagang eye for goal. Ibig sabihin, bigyan mo lang siya ng opportunity at wag mo lang siyang markahan.
Ayun. Ito nga Glenn, grade 11 pa lang siya ngayon. Bata pa lang si John Lloyd Halique. Former U17, U19, at nag-U23 din siya. As there is a chance, corner kick ulit.
Ibig sabihin, marami pa siyang potential. And ang maganda dito ngayong lumalaki at lumalawak ang ating Philippines Football League, nagkakaroon ng mga opportunity ang mga bata na kagaya niya na ma-expose sa competitive football. Kasi iba yan sa larong kalye o sa palarong inter-school lang. Ito, professional to.
Tama, taas nitong level. Tuloy FC playing against big boys, full-grown adults. Hindi sila natatakot daw, sabi ni JL Halique. Pero may counter-attack dito. 3-on-2.
Very desperate na defending.
You can also say there was a miscue from Philippine Air Force. Mukhang nahirapan si Dari Poderoso dun. Hindi siya makahanap ng kakampi. Pinasa na lang dun sa harap.
Pero si Harin de Gracia, talagang no choice siya kundi gamitin na lang yung header na kahit ganun kababa ang bola. Kasi mas mabuti ng manigurado na mapapunta mo na lang kay keeper yung bola kaysa sa kalaban.
Na alam natin nga veterano si Harin de Gracia. Sumali rin sa Ascal's development team ng huling PFL. Yung youth national team setup din. A chance now through the middle. Nandito nga kay John Diaz. Nunez binangga ng isang airman. Noti Nunez was trying to catch up there and dispossess the airman. Ito nga ang nangyari.
Oh, medyo napalakas na contact din yun. Pero
Si Carbrondo yung binangga.
At parang si Nunez pa yata ang na medyo recipient ng bad ano yun
Oo nga
bad contact.
Solid nga talaga, di ba? At ito na nga ngayon. Ang Philippine Air Force naghanap ng opensa pero wala na kay Nunez. Nagmamadali. Binigay kay Halike. John Lloyd Halike pa rin. Na shot taken. But not enough from Denmark. Orakoy medyo alanganin ang kanyang tira doon.
Medyo awkward yung dating ng bola kay Denmark Orakoy. Pero kinakailangan niyang i-take yung shot na yun kasi nauubusan na siya ng space at the time.
Kita nga natin doon. May mga gwardiya doon si John Lloyd Halike. Air Force yung kalaban. May mga escort si John Lloyd Halike. Katulad ng may aeroplano.
May wingman at
Ayun.
yung sa squadron nila.
Tama. Nasa danger zone di ba?
Hindi pwedeng mawala yan.
Patient play for the Airmen. 0-0 pa rin ang ating score.
A very different kind of airman na nakikita natin ngayon. Medyo kalmado nga sila sa bola at hindi sila masyadong napapahilig sa mga long passes na ginagawa nilang usual.
Tama nga, sabi ni Coach Jobel Bermejo. All out daw sana ang kanilang effort at best. Kulangan nila last game or yung previous games is holding the ball. Siyempre, hindi sila hahawak ng bola, mahirapan sila rito.
Pero in order to promote yung ganun, yung pag-hold ng bola, yung patience na tinatawag, kailangan nandyan.
Tama. I think this was Justin Lupanco. May foul dito. At may yellow card dito si Patrick Salega. Kita nga natin ang bagsak ni Justin Lupanco. Pero mukhang hindi ito penalty. Nasa labas ng goalkeeper box ang foul. Kung nasa loob yung foul, may penalty kick tayo pero walang ganyan ngayon.
Pero delikado rin to. Let's look at that again. Medyo may konting hatak ng kamay. Which is talagang alam naman natin, you can never do that. Hindi mo talaga dapat ilalagay ang kamay mo, lalo na kung hihila ka.
Tama.
Pwede mong harangan, pero hilain hindi na. Pero like as I was saying, itong position na to, while hindi siya nag-end up as a penalty dahil nasa edge siya ng box, it could lead to opportunities kasi malapit na yan. You can either take the goal yourself or make a really good and accurate pass sa gitna ng box.
So a chance to score for Tuloy. 0-0 pa rin tayo. And it's been a nice nip and tuck game between these squads. At ito na, ang free kick. Pero binigay sa kalaban.
Medyo iniisip nila na a little bit of trickery doon. Ipapasa na lang nila around the ball. Kaso yung execution.
Oo nga, pero may counter-attack ang Air Force. Lamang sila rito. Air Force pa rin. Still a chance to score. The keeper got it no good. Na shot off. Makasinag denied. Okay ang pinakita dito ni Archie Pabiliar.
Medyo unfortunate nga kasi ang ganda na sana nung bola na papunta. Kaso if makikita mo, look at this pass right here. Na-touch lang at hindi na i-direct ng maayos. Kinailangan pang habulin ni Makasinag yung bola at nung nakuha na niya, masyado nang alanganin yung angulo na natitira.
I just want to point out also, yung Copa, yung kalaban ng Tuloy FC ay yung Adamson, isang team sa college. Nanalo yung Tuloy FC dun Si Archie Pabiliar naging man of the match bilang goalkeeper. Parang 1-0 lang ata ang resulta dun.
And considering na yung exposure sa UAAP nila.
Tama. Posible mas-scout yung mga players ng Tuloy. Pero sabi nga ni Coach Taki, may plano rito ang Tuloy mag-PFL. Kaya nandito sila ngayon. Long-term plan.
At maganda yan. If you are emphasizing na yun nga, from orphans na i-re-rehome, hahanapan ng pagkakalibangan tulad ng football, magandang opportunity yan, makahanap din ng mga diamonds in the rough kung tawagin.
Tama. At dinidevelop din sila, di ba, ng programa. May corner kick ang Tuloy. Bodies in the box, mga banggaan dito. Tuloy got their head to it. Pero kita nga natin nahihirapan ng Tuloy FC kasi mas matangkad ang mga airmen.
Very dangerous move doon para kay Archie Pabillar. Punching that ball pero not being able to execute.
As we take a look at our possession, 50-50 nga tayo talaga. Okay din yung pinapakita ng Air Force kasi considering nga natin, possession-oriented team yung Tuloy, di ba?
Tapos naging possession-oriented din ang mindset ngayon ni Air Force.
Passes completed, favoring Tuloy FC by a bit given their style of play. Mas konti yung mga passes ng Air Force. Pero kita natin, naglo-long ball sila, binabato yung bola dito sa attacking area.
Yung konting variance na yan. Kasi nga, si Air Force ngayon, medyo may emphasis sila on possession. So that means siguro, hindi na nila isyadong i-take priority yung mga high-risk passes. Pero sometimes kasi yung high-risk, high-reward.
Through ball dito, nakuha ng Air Force. Air Force pa rin! There you go! Lamang ang Philippine Air Force, 1-0.
Cole
Okay,
Palmer celebration pa tayo.
ayun, okay ang celebration dun kay Ronald Makasinag. 1-0 in the 21st minute.
Very, very alert si Ronald Makasinag to find that pass. Look at this replay here. Good passing play. Nicely threaded. At si Makasinag, medyo nagkaroon na ng contact, nagkaroon ng konting obstruction yung bolang papunta sa kanya. Pero look at how that happened. Hindi siya tumigil sa pagtakbo. Tinuloy niya lang. And nakita nga ang opportunity na yan. Good assist from number 17, Jed De La Riarte, the goal scorer
Yun.
from the last game. Ngayon, assist naman.
Naka-goal na dati si De La Riarte. Or si Jan De La Riarte yung naka-goal last game.
Ah.
Yung naka-assist ngayon ay ang kanyang kapatid.
Then we have been mistaken. Pero still, that was a great pass, no? Napaka-alanganin din nun.
Siyempre.
Angulo.
Masaya ang kanilang household ngayon. Di ba? Siguro na nagpa-party sila ngayon habang nanonood ng laro. Binato ang bola pero wala. May throw-in ang Tuloy FC. Throw-in mula kay Rocky Grisola. Binalik ni Noti Nunez. Tyron Saut.
Kagaya nga ng nababanggit natin. Kailangan lang ng konting warm up.
Tama. At ito na. Nagmamadali ang Air Force. You can see the confidence. Kita nga natin dun.
First to score the goal this game. So that definitely means something. Lalo na kung yung possession na pinag-uusapan nila to begin with is working.
Ito na si John Lloyd Halike. Binigay sa kanyang kakampi Cyril Saut. John Lloyd Halike. Halike nga ulit ang leading scorer nila. May experience halos din ang Tuloy FC players sa nationals. At ito nga ulit, Makasinag. Pero wala, unable to control that ball.
Good boost of speed nga lang para sa kanya. Nahabol niya yung bola na yun. Nakikita mo, he was asking for that ball if makita sa replay yan. And in very, very interestingly, ito na yung nagiging parang run of play nila ngayon na itatry niyang i-overlap, unahan yung offside trap na ginagawa ng Tuloy. They might have to change a little bit dito for the defensive side.
At ito na nga ang sistema ng Tuloy. Short passing game. Technical style of play. Dahil sa kanilang training, no? Mula sa kanilang coach na Japanese. Pero ito na. May pressure. Mula kay Eric Mauring. Nahirapan ang Tuloy dito ngayon. Nakuha ng Philippine Air Force. Pero nandun si Brian Villanueva. Hala, may regalo ang Philippine Air Force dito.
Konti na lang.
At ito na. Kagawa ni Noti Nunez ng paraan dito. Saut Halike. Galing ng ball control niya. Halike. Binalik dito sa gitna. Nunez. Saut. Through ball. Halike. Outside ang bola, throw in. Pero ganda ang pinakita doon ng Tuloy FC.
Makikita mo, they were trying to do the same tactic kanina. Hahanapan nila ng konting maliit na space lang. Konting space lang, basta makalusot lang yung through ball.
Konting switch, makakalusot ng matik yan. His chance no good. Yun din, nahaw din atang Air Force dito. Pinapasa ang bola rito. Na chance now out. Nagmamadali sila. Dito sa gitna, Jan De La Riarte. Space on the right. Naghanap ng kakampi. Ball denied by Villanueva. Tangkad nga rin ni Villanueva.
Bumalik na naman sila sa medyo pagka 4-4-2 nila ngayon sa offensive nila. Dalawa na nga lang ngayon ang nasa harapan. Pero nakikita mo yung effectivity niya kapag hinahanap mo yung passing lane sa gitna para dun sa dalawang yun.
There's a duel. Both players falling off the pitch already. Ganun ka-intense. Mukhang may mga warnings dito mula sa ating referee.
Makikita mo sa gesture ni Villanueva. Medyo na hindi rin siya natutuwa eh.
Yun nga, hindi, kahit bata pa lang si Villanueva ng Tuloy, hindi sila takot, di ba?
Makipagbanggaan sa kanilang mga seniors, of course
Ayun.
not.
Hindi ito corner kick ngayon. Siya ay free kick dahil sa foul ni Brian Villanueva.
Pero from this position, it's as good as a corner na.
Oo nga. At ito na ang cross. It was denied by Tuloy. They'll try to get it. Gusto nila bumawi. Still Air Force, tricky play from the side. Denied by Rocky Grizola. At ito na ang Tuloy sa counter-attack. No offside here. John Lloyd Halike. Will he score again in this tournament? The long ball, unable to find Justin Lupanco. Binigay dito. Long ball mula kay Nunez. Halike! Pero wala.
Medyo yung dating ng bola sa kanya coming up from high, yung tinatawag na skill na volley ang kinakailangan sa mga ganong klaseng execution ng shots. Yung hindi mo na ipapalanding yung bola bago mo tirahin. It's easier said than done. Totoo lang.
Practicein nyo yan, syempre. Kailangan ng practice.
Alam mo, one of the things na talagang kapansin-pansin sa Air Force side na to, napapansin natin yung long balls nila ngayon, instead na paabante yung long balls nila, ginagamit naman ngayon nila ang long balls para lumipat ng direction, which is gano'n naman talaga dapat.
Ayun, ang tawag doon ay switch, di ba? Switch sides ang pwede nila sabihin. Pero ito pa rin, Air Force na sa wing. Bronda. Ayan na, binigay kay Jan De La Riarte. Pero no good.
Tulad ng sinabi mo, switching sides, galing dyan sa may bandang kanang bahagi ng field, medyo gumigitna na. Nakita niya si De La Riarte na medyo makakalibre sa bandang kaliwa. So change of direction, switching to the other side. Opportunity na naman.
Ayun. And we can see Air Force are pressuring Tuloy. Pinapahirapan nila ang depensa ng Tuloy. Posible makascore ulit ang Air Force.
Sa mga ganitong opportunities, lalo na kapag kayong mga nahuli mong games, medyo hindi ka nakakascore. Dapat ang mindset mo, hindi mo sasayangin ang mga dead ball situation na ganito.
Tama. At ito na. Villanueva ulit. Villanueva has the height to compete with the airmen. Somebody took a fall. Pero nandito ngayon ang Tuloy. At nakay Denmark Orakoy naman. Orakoy takes it. Pero ang ganda ng save dito mula kay Abraham. Hala, mukhang may foul tayo rito. Denmark Orakoy at Givroy Cadiz. Si Cadiz, isang veterano ng Philippine Air Force FC.
And credit to him na although nakita nating almost one-on-one situation na yun between the goalkeeper at kay Denmark Orakoy. Kaso ang bilis din ng recovery ni Cadiz chasing after that ball. Siguro, if Cadiz took the shot a little bit earlier nung nakita niya na papalapit na yung defender sa kanya, baka nagka-opportunity pa. Pero in this case, masyado yung pinalapit. Let's look at it again, no? Ayun, no? Masyadong too close for comfort yan. Ikaw, magpapanik ka na talaga niyan to take that shot from that angle pagka may lumalapit sa'yo ng ganyan. That foul. Physicality at its finest.
Ayun. Tandaan nyo nga, bata pa nga ang mga player. Palang ang mga player ng Tuloy. And we have a substitution. Dalawa ang papasok para sa koponan ni Coach Takitomo Suzuki, ang Tuloy FC.
Medyo hindi nga siya siguro natutuwa sa run of play ni Tuloy ngayon and something has to change early in. Pero ang disadvantage for using your substitutions very early is kapag ka naman nagka-fitness issues ang players mo right down the second half, medyo kumukonti yung options mo na magpalit. Yan yung difficulties ng coach.
Tama, ang papasok para sa Tuloy FC ay si Gian Capistrano at Levi Sahor. Ang lalabas ay si Justin Lupanco at Denmark Oracoy. Pero si Levi Sahor, isang offensive option din nila. Natandaan ko nga nung Copa na offensive option siya off the bench, and we would like to remind you that Star Polaris is the official match ball of the Philippines Football League. Yan ang game ball natin dito.
At ang ganda na talaga ngayon, pati ang mga game balls natin ngayon is really sponsored.
Okay ang suporta dito sa Philippine Football. At ito na, may free kick sila. Na kay Noti Nunez ang bola. Straight over the bar though, pero konti lang.
Konting-konti lang. Mukhang sinubukan niya siguro na kahit alanganin yung angle, pwede namang itira.
Yung muntik na nga. Tumalon na nga si Zaldi Abraham eh.
Medyo naninigurado na.
Oo. Safety first di ba?
Tama yan.
Abraham is ang former UST player din sa UAAP back in the day.
Nice.
At ito ang kanyang goal kick. Ang intention dito ng Air Force ay mag-reset. Pero muntik na nakuha ni John Lloyd Haliki ang bola doon.
Medyo tumaas ang pressure ngayon ng Tuloy at dito pa lang sa half ni Air Force, nagpe-press na sila.
Kahit hawak ng Air Force ang bola, kita mo nga medyo nagmamadali ang Tuloy sa depensa kaya medyo nahirapan sila.
Yan ang mangyayari kapag ka nag-up ng tempo yung isang team. Kung ikaw yung team na nagfo-focus sa possession, tapos ipe-pressure ka ng ganyan para bilisan yung kilos mo, medyo magbabago ng konti yung laro mo.
Player was hit in the face sa mukha, kamo. Kita nga natin, hindi masaya si Nunez, ang team captain ng Tuloy. Aray.
Di naman sinasadya, pero
Di naman.
masakit yan.
While going for the ball nandun din gumagalaw ang mga ating braso, kamay.
Di may iwasan. Medyo nagkabati na.
Oo nga eh. Sportsmanship. At yun na ay si John Henson Diaz, mukhang okay na siya. At mukhang may drop ball tayo rito kasi na-stop yung play. We're in the 34th minute of action already at maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta. This is Cara Manzano and Glenn Casas, ang inyong commentators po dito ngayon sa huling match ng Philippines Football League for this weekend. Paki-follow na lang ang social media pages ng Philippines Football League at We Are PFL. You're catching this game on pfl.org.ph. But sa Blast TV and on Premier Sports on Channel 272 on Signal and Channel 176 sa Sky. Sidel Saud. Pero referee plays advantage kasi nasa Tuloy pa rin ang bola. John Lloyd Halike. John Lloyd Halike pa rin. Naghahanap ng kakampi pero wala. Muntik na.
Masyadong busy na umiiwas sa mga markers ang kanilang mga attackers nito ni Tuloy. Kaya wala sasalubong sa bola. Pero good job sa Philippine Air Force na keeping them busy. Look at this. Lumagpas sa lahat. At naagapan agad ng Air Force ang opportunity na hindi kinuha ni Tuloy.
Muntik na nakuha ni Rocky Grizola. Na-check nga natin, Glenn. Shots, 5 each dito. Medyo dikit ang laro natin, no? Kahit lamang pa rin ang Philippine Air Force 1-0.
Pero magiging honest tayo, 1-0, hindi sapat yan na kalamangan.
Tama. At yun, 5 shots each, 3 each.
Medyo kanina pa tayo nahahati sa stats ng gitna. 50-50 possession, 5-5, tapos 3-3.
There's a passing accuracy. Dahil sa at yung Tuloy nasa 90%, yung Air Force nasa 67%.
Well, yun nga lang ang difference ngayon.
Dahil sa style of play nga, yung Air Force, di naman sila nagtitipid sa mga passes pero binabato nila, no? Naglo-long ball.
Taking the risks na kinakailangan. At saka nakikita mo yung shift ng direction ng bola. Kailangan maging mabilis ang lipat ng kaliwa sa kanan.
Tama. Nandito sa kanan. At maganda pinapakita ng Air Force ngayon, no?
Ang nakikita talaga nating glaring difference ng opensiba ni Air Force, hindi sila mahilig tumakbo sa pinaka mga sides ng box. Ang gusto nilang gawin, ipapasa nila sa gitna bago dumating doon. Whereas itong si Tuloy hindi natatakot na ilusong yung bola sa mga gilid.
Ayun. Kung check nga natin yung standings, nasa 14th place ang Philippine Air Force. Out of 15, yung Tuloy halos nasa gitna. At ito ang counter-attack ng Airmen ngayon. Still Air Force. Pero wala dito sa follow-up.
Nakakapanghinayang na opportunity from Carl Christian Bronda. Nakita na niya ang bola. May malaking open space sa harapan niya. Look at this good pass. Well, that was actually from a mistake. A bad clearance from Tuloy player. Pero hindi niya na-take advantage.
At yun, kung i-check natin, nasa 14th place yung Air Force. Yung Tuloy, nasa 9th place naman. So, makakahabol ang Philippine Air Force kung panalo sila ngayong araw o ngayong gabi.
At saka sa totoo lang, we're still just four games in the PFL.
Correct.
Kaya yung mga nasa ilalim, pwede pang gumitna. Yung mga nasa ibabaw, pwede pang bumaba.
Ayun. Medyo bata ka mga season, di ba?
Tama yan.
So, yung Tuloy, kung panalo sila ngayong gabi, makakahabol sila sa mga teams sa gitna o mga koponan na nasa gitna ng ating standings.
Tama yan. At saka kung nanonood ka ng football talaga sa iba't ibang lugar, including yung sa mga ibang bansa, maraming pagkakataon na yung mga team na nasa ilalim, napipigilan. Minsan natatalo pa ang mga team na nasa ibabaw.
Tama. And if we check our results earlier today, nanalo yung Davao sa Manila Monte, 6-0. And a chance to score, pero offside daw ang tawag dito. At Glenn, kaya mo ba explain yung offside dito sa mga bagong viewers natin sa football? Welcome naman sila sumali dito, no, sa live stream o sa broadcast o sa Rizal Memorial Stadium mismo.
Aba, binibigyan mo talaga ako ng challenge ngayon. Alam mo bang hirap din silang i-explain yan. Pero kapag in-execute ang pasa papunta sa isang player na lagpas na sa second to the last kung tawagin. Kasi si goalkeeper yung last
Correct.
Second to the last na defender. Hindi, yun na tatawaging offside. Dapat ang pinanggalingan ng player nung in-execute yung pagpasa ng bola, hindi siya nauuna dun sa pinakahuling, sa second to the last na defender. Bakit ko sinabing second to the last? Kasi kung halimbawa na si goalkeeper umabante at may defender na nasa likuran niya, ngayon si goalkeeper ang hindi na ika-count sa offside. Nakita ko yun.
Ayun. Pinapa-explain ko sa iyo kasi syempre, yan ang makakatulong sa mga viewers natin na bago sa football. Welcome nga tayo to join. Bulakina. Ball to the right. Air Force now spreading their wings. Gusto nila talaga lumipad dito ngayong gabi.
Very patient play from Philippine Air Force doon. Kasi nakikita nga, kung napansin ng viewer na medyo nauuna yung dalawang attackers sa pinakahuling defender. Kaya medyo hindi pinasa sa kanila.
Ayun. Well said nga. A chance for Tuloy to catch up. Hindi pa nga lumipad ang eroplano ng Philippine Air Force. 1-0 pa lang nga, di ba Glenn?
Pero that's an advantage na gugustuhin ng Air Force, lalo na't considering kung anong mga nahuling laro nila.
There you go. 2 goals pa lang yung Air Force ngayong season, di ba? Ito nga, sumasayaw na nga si Makasinag.
Konting trickery galing kay Makasinag.
Oh, grabe, naduling ako doon. Pero walang foul daw. Walang foul dito. Medyo nainis nga ata ang mga fans ng Philippine Air Force.
And kung nanonood ka ng Philippine Air Force mula pa ng UFL,
A chance now in the middle. They take it. And they make it. Ayan na. Jed Delariarte. 1 assist ngayong gabi. At may kasama pang goal.
tulad nga ng sinasabi mo, nagte-take off na ang Philippine Air Force dito. Napakaganda ng run of play na yon. Hindi mo siya masasabing solo goal. Team play talaga. If we can get a good angle here, look at this beautiful pass kay Delariarte. At naging one-on-one situation kay goalkeeper. Sinubukan pang harangan ng Tuloy defender, Harin de Gracia. Pero hindi niya na-deflect ang bola palayo at napunta nga sa intended recipient.
Siguro may fiesta ngayon sa barangay ng mga Delariarte, di ba? Sabi nga natin kanina.
Medyo pinapakita ng Delariarte household ang value nila sa Philippine Air Force at sa Philippine football.
Well said. Ito nga ating replay. May goal camera tayo ngayon.
Ganda ng angulo na yan.
Nice goal, nice shot, nice video.
Exactly. Tsaka very accurate kasi hindi siya yung tipong within the 6-yard box na. Wala siya dyan sa loob na box. It still has to find its way. Nakita naman natin kung gaano kahirap yun under pressure.
May difficulty level pa rin. Kickoff nga na ngayon ulit ang goal scorers dito para sa Philippine Air Force. Nauna nga si Ronald Makasinag at si Jed Delariarte ang umiscore sa pangalawang goal.
Umaarangkada na ang diesel engines natin.
Tingnan nga natin, siguro cleared for takeoff sila kung may isa pang goal. And never count out Tuloy FC nga, di ba?
Totoo.
And I can say, yung experience ko nga, na-visit ko na rin yung Tuloy sa Don Bosco Foundation. May field sila, may mga court for futsal. Actually, I think basketball court siya. Then yung nasabi ni John Lloyd Halique, yung mga, or actually, nakuha ko mula kay Mark Jones na futsal talaga ang program at nagta-transition dito. Nagta-transition. Pero may basketball court, yan daw nilalaro nila sa sa free time.
Gandang gandang initiative talaga yan. Because that could keep a lot of children off the streets nga. At bibigyan sila ng something na i-look forward nila. Kagaya nito, isang chance na maging professional football player.
Ayan. But other than that, outside of sports din yung mga programa ng Tuloy, as I got to see. When I think, tinur ko yung place myself years back.
Tama ba naintindihan ko? Nasa Alabang yan?
Yes, right across Alabang Town Center.
Kasi I initially had this thought, hindi ko alam kung bakit, pero unang inisip ko nung sinabing Don Bosco sa Makati.
Ibang eskwelahan yan. So, chance now, nasa gitna ang bola. This bounced off. We also want to point out, but there's offside here. Hinahabol sana ni Levi Sohor ang bola dun. We also wanted to point out that Father Rocky Evangelista is here. Of course, one of the priests with the Tuloy sa Don Bosco Foundation and the benefactor of Tuloy's program, si Mr. Richard Tan. And we want to greet him a good evening, of course, and thank you very much for catching this game at the stadium, and we salute you.
Thank you for joining us this evening at thank you for bringing a team of this caliber nga. Remember, although right now they may be trailing 2-0, they have still shown quality in the last few games na pinakita nila sa atin.
At syempre din yung service nila sa Philippines with what they're doing, yung program again of Tuloy FC. Taking children off the streets, di ba?
I agree.
So we see now, Air Force will try to get their offense. Kita nga natin, kalmado sila. Lamang sila 2-0. We are approaching halftime. Grabe, Glenn, no? Halftime pa lang tayo halos. Daming action dito.
Hindi tayo nagkukulang sa action for sure. 2 goals to the good na si Air Force and 2 great goals from 2 beautiful passes.
Sabi nga nila, save the best for last. Possibly the best game of the weekend. 9 o'clock pang game natin, no?
Kaya nga, yun nga, sabi ko kanina, if you've been following Air Force even in the UFL days, you would know na yung kanilang fan base ang isa sa mga pinaka-vocal sa league.
And just a correction from our production team, it is Mr. Raymond Tan, yung benefactor of Tuloy. As we just got confirmation. So apologies for the error earlier. 3 minutes of additional time as confirmed by our referee, si Mr. Timothy De Castro. But a chance now in the middle. Air Force, nagmamadali. Nandito sila sa kaliwa. Makasinag ulit. Sends in the cross, pero wala. Muntik na. Nandun ang kanyang kakampi sana.
One of the rare opportunities na isinalampak nila ang bola sa gilid instead na sa gitna. Pero muntik na rin naging counter yun.
Ito na ang Tuloy. Kailangan nila bumawi, no? At gusto rin nila bumawi. Pero napaka-solid ang depensa ng Air Force. Long ball dito pero offside na daw ang tawag. At para sa mga bagong viewers sa football, ayun. Alam niyo na ang offside kanina dahil kay Glenn. Thank you very much, Glenn.
Well, kung just tuning in kayo, hindi ko na ipapaliwanag ang haba.
Oo, pwede nila i-rewind din, di ba? Pwede rin i-search, syempre.
Pero dun mo nakikita yung shift in play na ginagawa talaga ni Air Force, moving the ball quickly.
Yan nga, muntik na nga si Sidle South sa kanilang atake. Rocky Grizola binalik dito sa gitna, sa midfield. Nunez long ball. Taken by Abraham, ang goalkeeper ng Air Force. At ito nga, Glenn, ang sinasabi nating long ball. The header, binalik dito kay Archie Pabellar.
Medyo ito yata ang first, kung tama, if memory serves me right, ito ang pinaka-first na talagang nilong ball nila yung laro. And yun yung usual na yun nangyayari, na kapag hindi ka ganun ka-accurate sa mga long passes mo, which is a very difficult skill to master mismo.
Tama, kaya medyo nag-short passing game yung Air Force, tapos bigla nag-long ball, medyo nagulat yung Tuloy. Pati tayo nagulat.
Wala nga yun sa inaasahan natin today. Pero with them leading, pwede na nilang subok-subukan yan.
Tama, kasi kalmado nga na nga ang Air Force, hindi lang 1 goal, may 2 goals, may insurance.
Pero mahaba-haba pa ang laro. Kaya minsan, 2 or 3 goals, pwede pang bumaliktad yan.
May chance nga bumawi ang Tuloy FC. Tuloy FC in blue. Naka-all-white naman ang Philippine Air Force. Halike dispossesses his man. Muntik na dun. The keeper got it.
Wow.
Grabe.
Top-notch reaction. Grabe yun. Yun talagang mismong muscle memory mo na lang ang nagsalba sa'yo. Yung instinct mo to put your hands in front of the path of the ball para lang hindi siya makapasok.
Oo nga, kita mo rin yung reaction ni Halike. Ako rin, nagmamadali dun eh.
Pero mukhang nagpapakita din ng heroics tong si Jose Zaldi Abraham.
Oo nga. John Lloyd Halike, a former national team player here for the Philippines. But there you go. Halftime po tayo rito ngayon. That is the whistle from the referee. Ang score natin ay Philippine Air Force 2, Tuloy FC 0. Ang mga umiscore ay sila Ronald Makasinag at si Jed De La Riarte. Si Jed De La Riarte din naka-assist sa goal ni Ronald Makasinag. And we will be back after a break para sa ating statistics and analysis.
We thank you all for coming today and encourage you to visit Philippines Football League Facebook page and the official PFL website, pfl.org.ph, for more details on the Philippines Football League. The passion, the power, Philippines Football League on the rise. For those who are taking photos and videos and posting it to their social media accounts, please include the hashtags #PFL 2024, #PFL on the rise, #support local football. You can also grab some onion rings and burgers from 8 Cuts just by the entrance.
Welcome back, PFL fans. We're here at the half of our match number 3 today, and I am joined by a very special guest. We have Sir Raymond Tano, supporter of Tuloy FC. Sir, I heard that this is your first time to watch live in our venue. I want to ask first, how's your experience so far?
It's great. I've known many of the boys since they were little boy 10 years ago, and had always been my dream and their dream to play at this level. So yeah, I'm so happy to see them playing tonight. Yes.
Wow, 10 years of support, Sir Raymond. I was actually going to ask you if you can share more about this story, the support that you give to Tuloy Foundation, and your passion for football.
Well, yes, I'm a crazy football fan of myself, but then I do have factories in Philippines, and I always believe that we have to give back to the community where we operate. And 10 years ago, I met Father Rocky of Tuloy Foundation, and now I'm the chairman of Tuloy Foundation. And through the journey, because of my passion of football, Father Rocky's passion of football, we saw the boys and girls, we developed them. But then one thing that I realized is that after playing football for 10 years, they need a job. And the only way that they can continue with a job is they have to play professional. And this is why we formed Tuloy FC last year for both men and women. So we're probably the first club in the Philippines which has both professional men and women.
That's an amazing story, Sir Raymond. Now one of your goals have finally unlocked. They're already here in the professional league. What are your expectations for the rest of the season?
Well, this is their first season. If you look at them, they are 16 to 20, 21. So to be frank, they're like high school boys out there playing against adults. So my expectation is learning, development, and I think they're going to do their best, enjoy football. And it will take them time to grow. I do expect that in a few years, they will be a major force in the Philippines football.
Well, very well said, Sir Raymond. Thank you so much for your time, and more power to Tuloy Foundation. PFL fans, that's it for a halftime interview. We will be right back for a second match.
pero dikit ang ating laban ngayon, Glenn.
Yes, really interesting ngayon na like what we said earlier, this could be the opportunity na umaarangkada na ang makina ngayon ng Philippine Air Force. Look at this. Accurate header kanina. Could have been an early goal there. Pero dito makikita yung medyo passing ability ni Tuloy. Nga lang, medyo nag-hesitate sila ng konti when it comes to being in front of the goal. Hindi sila nagpo-pull ng trigger as early as you would have liked. Especially ang dami nilang opportunities kanina kung saan medyo nakalapit na sila. Like this one. Pero wala, it did not even end up as an attempt.
Kita nga natin may tigas ang defense ng Air Force nga, kaya medyo nahihirapan ang Tuloy. At ayan, ang goal, isang goal natin. Assist mula kay Jed de la Riarte. Pouncing dun sa error, no? On the error of Tuloy FC's defense.
Yes, and yung signature talaga ng Air Force ngayon is that clinical passing papunta sa gitna. Yun kasi yung naging very visually different sa kanila ngayon this evening. Philippine Air Force able to find that incisive pass, that moment, just like this one, kung saan mabibigyan niya ng opportunity si striker na magkaroon ng good open shot at the goalkeeper. Walang hamadlang and walang nakahadlang.
Kita nga natin there, Tuloy's defense was not able to get the stop. Kaya nakuha ni De La Riarte ang bola at umiscore for goal number 2. And there was a close chance here, courtesy of John Lloyd Halique. Pero nandun nga ang reflexes ni Zaldi Abraham. Check na natin ang ating statistics for this evening. Medyo interesadong nga ako rito. At ito nga, Glenn, ano masasabi mo rito sa stats?
Kanina halfway through the match, meron tayong parang 50-50 even split from possessions to shots on target. Pero ngayon, nagkaroon ng konting gap sa pagitan nila right after ng first concession of goal ni Tuloy. And dyan na natin nakikita ngayon na the other team started to get a little bit more aggressive. The other started to get a little bit more comfortable. Pero tingnan mo, fouls 7-2. Nakikita talaga natin ng physicality.
Ginagamit nga ng Air Force ang kanilang veteran moves. So, gulang ang pisikalan nga. Sabi natin kasi yung Tuloy FC, medyo bata nga mga players nila. Halos sa lahat sa high school. While others, mga players din in college. And konting reminder lang, of course, in between games dito sa Rizal Memorial Stadium, grab yourself some onion rings from 8 Cuts just outside the grandstand. So, sino tayo dito? Ang bababa ngayon, bibili ng onion rings, mga 10-minute break lang muna.
Nakatikim na rin ako from 8 Cuts before. And
Oo.
mahilig ako sa mga burger patties, mahilig ako sa steaks. You would love those.
Alright, so thank you very much for 8 Cuts in the Moment Group for supporting. Kung wala kayo rito sa Rizal Memorial Stadium, pwede rin kayo mag-order or maghanap kayo ng restaurant o mag-dine-in na lang kayo doon.
Sa Rendra, meron. BGC.
Ang dami. Ang daming places, of course, onion rings of 8 Cuts. And check na natin mamaya sino magiging moment player of the game. As we know, as teams are heading out of their respective halftime huddles, magsa-switch sides na tayo. And anong mga adjustments dito, Glenn, sa dalawang teams? What are you expecting?
Well, now that the Philippine Air Force has a 2-goal cushion, medyo siguro hindi pa rin sila pwedeng mag-let go of the gas at this moment. Kasi yun yung masyado pang maaga kung sabihin natin. Kaya kailangan yung offensive mindset nandyan pa rin sa kanila. Closing the game, yun ang magiging critical sa kanila. If kaya nila na i-contain si Tuloy up until the final moments, doon na nila kailangan din ma-realize na take less risks, close the gaps. Pero Tuloy, on the other hand, they have to start taking risks na. They have to start shooting early. Kailangan nilang makahanap ng mga delikadong pasa. Hindi na nila dapat i-rely muna for now. Well, at least pagpapasok na dun sa final third na kanilang kalaban, yung maintenance ng possession. Kasi possession does not win games.
Tama, pero nakita nga natin yung parang game management or diskarte ng Air Force. Kasi medyo may cushion nga sila. May komportable, pero hindi nagre-relax eh. May diferensya, no? So, minimanage nga nila dahil doon lamang ng 2-0. Kung Tuloy, hindi makahabol sa first half, pinakita nila doon, pinahirapan ng ang Tuloy sa opensa at depensa at hinahawak ng Air Force ang bola. Dahil hawak ng Air Force ang bola, yung Tuloy. Medyo limited nga ang attacking chances, pero naka-create naman sila ng chances, pero kita pa rin yung pressure, di ba?
Oo. At yung sabi nga natin, yung possession kanina, almost, hindi naman ganun ka nagkakalayo 48 to 52.
Tama.
Almost 50-50 pa rin yan. And in that case, hindi lang talaga nagtitake ng risks yung one side and the other, medyo nagiging relax na nga sila sa kanilang laro.
There was a player on the ground for the airmen. Tuloy are having a hard time bringing it forward. Kita nga natin gun, parang naging 4-on-2.
Walang tumulong mula sa kakampi.
Ayun nga, medyo nahirapan na ang Tuloy sa matchup, 1-on-1. Pero mukhang nakuha ni John Lloyd Halique. Got past one, couldn't make it two. Pero grabe, napaka back and forth, no? Intense sa midfield.
Yan ang mangyayari ngayon. Yung midfield battle, maganda yan and all. Pero of course, para maging talagang exciting to at para talagang magkaroon ng opening on both sides, it has to be an end-to-end match. Hindi lang dapat sa midfield matulog ang bola.
At ayun, kasi pinapahirapan, or one team is giving the other team a hard time in the midfield. Kaya dun lang sa gitna kanina ang bola natin. And we're glad to have you here with us. This is your commentator, Claro Manzano, alongside Glenn Casas and your pitchside reporter, Sydney Crespo. And we did have a report earlier, or an interview with the benefactor of Tuloy, Mr. Raymond Tan. And salute to him, of course, for what he's been able to do for Tuloy's foundation. Also in attendance is Father Rocky Evangelista. And of course, we got to learn about the program there and what they've been able to do for these young boys of Tuloy. Tuloy, again, a program that taking children off the streets and teaching them life skills, sports being one of them. But kita natin, actually well-rounded yung program nila, not just sports, no? So people can learn about it there. Isang channel or avenue lang ito.
Isa sa many channels na posibleng pwedeng gawin. Wow, look at that. Medyo referee was not happy with that for some reason.
May drop ball tayo to resume play. Tuloy now will look for a chance. They'll have to break down the opposing defense. Yung Air Force nga, nandun din ang disiplina, syempre. Mga servicemen dito sa ating militar.
Ang bilis nila mag-close down ngayon, si Philippine Air Force. Pagka-receive, may dalawa kaagad na readyng humarang.
Well, they couldn't find a man there when we refer to Tuloy FC. At banggitin na nga natin yung mga coaches ng Philippine Air Force, sila Staff Sergeant Erwin Oro and Staff Sergeant Jobel Bermejo. Nga si Coach Jobel Bermejo, yung binanggit kanina, of course, a former ASCAL. ASCAL kasi back in the day siya.
I think that was during the times na medyo talagang hindi pa nagkakaroon ng influx of our foreign-based ASCALs pa.
Well, as offside ang tawag dito para sa atake ng Air Force. Actually, umabot siya dun until about yung 2011 World Cup qualifiers, more or less. May question din ako actually kay Coach Taketomo Suzuki, no? Yung coach, or dahil coach, lahat ng coaches na parang father-like figure. Yung tanong ka, Coach, ano maging reaction niya kung ma-call up si John Lloyd Halique? Well, unang-una, hopeful nga daw si Coach, ma-consider niya, of course. You have to be proud if any of your boys can get a chance to play in the national team.
I think that can be said of any coach naman talaga.
Yes.
Who wants to see yung isa sa mga seeds na tinanim nila to grow just like that.
Kung bakit nga binanggit si John Lloyd Halique, because may 4 goals and counting siya this season. No? Naka-assist nga si John Lloyd Halique sa kanilang 5-0 win sa Manila Monte. And there was a cross here denied by Haren de Gracia.
Pero yung passes leading to that, very, very unlike the Air Force we've seen in the previous games. Really crisp and short passes playing around with the defense.
Nandun yung confidence o kumbiyansa. Now, will this lead to the first win of Air Force this season? Wala pang panalo ang Air Force. At may player nga dito nahulog ngayon dahil sa hard foul.
recipient of the physicality of the airmen.
There's a player now holding on to his ankle. Yun nga nangyari. Harsh challenge from far out kay John Diaz.
Yung mga 50-50 challenges talaga na yan kung saan feeling mo na may opportunity ka para makuha o maagaw ang bola. Most of the time, you would really have to go all in. Eh, pag nag-go all in ka, most of the time, momentum, yung bilis mo, yung bigat ng apak mo, hindi mo na mapipigilan, especially pag umiba yung direksyon ng bola.
Ayun, kahit nandun yung pisikalan. As we will turn it over to Sydney Crespo for our pitchside reports.
Nabubuhay ang confidence ng Philippine Air Force ngayong gabi dahil sa kanilang 2 goals in the first half. Ito yung sinasabi ni Head Coach Erwin Oro na huwag sayangin ang opportunity at gamitin ang kanilang utak. Kahit na lamang sila sa match na ito, pinaalala pa rin sa Air Force na maging mindful sa kanilang pasa at decision sa attacking. From Tuloy FC's locker room, you can feel the sense of urgency from Head Coach Taki, asking the players to have a stronger start in the second half as their control and speed are not what they expected. He emphasized na nagkukulang sa initiative o action ng kanyang players. Instead, they are just reacting to the opponent's decision and tempo. Coach Taki wants them to change that and have more passes this time. Your thoughts, guys?
That report, medyo nagulat pa ako dun sa galaw ni Eric Mauring. Grabe. Pinapractice niya yan.
For sure yan. Gaya nga sabi ni Sydney, more passes and looks like Philippine Air Force hasn't been yung on top of the number of passes pero effective naman. 2 goals to the goods.
Tama. O medyo mas konti yung mga passes. Hindi naman sila nagtitipid pero sinusulit no ang mga biyahe papuntang attacking area. As a shot was taken to challenge the keeper. Pero nakuha ni Archie Pabellar. And just bouncing off yung report of course ni Sydney Crespo. Thank you very much again for that. Iba yung game plan nila syempre. Yung Air Force may konting pagka-relax or calmness, no? Yung tuloy, yung sense of urgency. Hindi naman desperado kasi nasa early stages pa lang tayo ng second half pero may mga warning na kay coach na kailangan natin humabol ngayon, no?
And this could lead to some good clashes, good opportunities for both teams kasi ito yung opportunity mag-open up sila kung tawagin. Kasi the more you commit people up front, mas malaki ang opportunity na ang kabilang team naman ay makaka-take advantage sa ganun.
Kasi butas nga yung depensa sa likod, no?
Tama yan.
Long ball pero offside ulit. Medyo gigil na nga ang Tuloy dito, matake.
Pagka mga ganyan tumatakbo talaga, kailangan maging mindful ka sa pag-timing mo ng pasa mo. Kasi kapag medyo nakalayo na sa huling defender yung tumatakbo at ipinasa mo pa rin, guaranteed offside yan.
Timing yan and coordination din, di ba? Ng mga players.
Tama yan.
And here's a chance now on the right. Pabellar. And there's the probing run. Pinapahirapan siya.
Tindi din ang pressure na binigay sa kanya ni Makasinag.
Ako rin, ramdam yung pressure dun eh. Lovely turn there from Naughty Nunez.
Through and through, a futsal player talaga.
Hindi na ako nagugulat eh. Alam ko kasi kung gano'ng kagaling si Nunez, no? Na-call up sa national team. Actually, in the last AFF Cup.
Very nicely done as well.
Other than that, may appearances din si Nunez. About 2 appearances sa senior national team yan, ha? Ball bouncing now, and this one is off target though. But Tuloy are trying to pounce, and they are giving some trouble to the Air Force defense.
Medyo konting shift in tactics here with Tuloy. Yung pass niya from the middle, going to the middle of the box. Kaso masyado nga lang marami ang defenders na nakaharang there in the way.
Oo nga eh.
Yung kailangan mo dyan, yung pinpoint accuracy. Katulad nga nung ginawa kanina ni Jed de la Riarte.
Tama, tama. Para ma-finish, no? Find the back of the net, di ba? Finishing din.
Tama yan. Pero before the finishing happens, yung perfect pass muna ang kailangan mangyari.
Ayun, yan ang pinapractice nila. At tina-timing sa training, no?
Pero iba pa rin kasi talaga ang application pagka-actual games na eh.
Diba? May guardia din kayo, may dumidepensa eh, di ba?
At iba yung commitment ng defender kapag there's something on the line.
Yun. Brian Villanueva. He's trying to use his footwork there, but Air Force are furious. Air Force have to be careful or kailangan nilang maingat dahil sa kanilang pisikalan. Kasi kung tuloy-tuloy ang pisikalan, posible may yellow card na rin sila. But so far in this game, isang yellow pa lang ang Philippine Air Force based on our statistics. Kita nga natin dito yung footwork sana ni Villanueva.
Medyo inararo siya doon ni Carl Christian Bronda. Si Villanueva, medyo naararo lang. But you're correct. Kasi I think marami na ang yellow cards na nako-collect ni Air Force. And they, I believe, have 2 red cards if my math is not mistaken.
Actually, nasuspend si Colonel John Velasco actually due to a red card. A shot taken to challenge Abraham. Well, he gets it, of course, with his experience. Veterano na nga siya. 11 minutes into the second half already. Air Force are searching for their first win. Hinahabol ang kanilang unang panalo this season. Tuloy FC searching for number 2. Dahil doon nasa gitna nga ang Tuloy sa standings natin. Yung Air Force nasa ilalim pa rin halos.
Pero pagkakataon to ng Air Force to really change their position sa table. We have to remember na Philippine Air Force used to be a back-to-back champion.
Back in the day sa UFL, no?
Correct.
At sino na nga mga produkto ng Philippine Air Force? Mga former national team players, mga legends din sa Philippine football.
Chiefy Caligdong.
Actually, sila nga nag-inspire sa atin, no? Ayan Araneta, Chiefy Caligdong, Tats Mercado, Yanti Bersales. Yun, yung legendary Yanti Bersales actually suited up nung huling Copa Paulino Alcantara last 2023. Kasi alam ko, yung balak niya talaga mag-retire midway through the 2019 season. Pero nag-return. Pero tinanong ko rin actually kay Coach Chobel Bermejo, parang hindi na daw magbibigay na ng chance sa mga bata at unfortunately of course Yanti Bersales magpapahinga na rin daw.
Parang nagiging commonplace yan sa Philippine football, retiring and unretiring.
Ayun. Kaya naka one-off return nga si Sir Yanti Bersales. The through ball here, great combination.
Nice run.
Di Gracia triggered the pass in the middle earlier. Pero medyo kulang ang Tuloy doon, no?
Oh, at saka that was coming from an offside position din si John Levi Sahar.
But here's another one now. Rocky Grizola. Grizola pa rin. Gets past 2. Takes it. Pero medyo malapit on target, no? Sana.
Feeling ko nagdalawang isip siya niyan kasi makikita mo may tumatakbo siyang kakampi. Look at this replay here. Nakatingin siya sa baba. So, yung intention talaga to shoot at the goal nandun. However, yung accuracy siguro hindi niya natansya kung nasaan. One of the things talaga sa footballer is pagka tumitira ka, hindi ka masyado nakatingin sa goal, nakatingin ka sa bola. And during that opportunity, kung hindi mo tansyado kung nasaan ang goal, hindi mo siya mahahanap.
Ayun. Oo. Pero yun nga natin, may attacking chances ngayon ng Tuloy FC dahil sa kanilang double time effort, no? Nag-a-adjust nga sila.
Kailangan talaga mag-double time here. Not to waste any 3 points, especially kung yung mga kalaban mo ay nasa same level mo lang sa table.
And there you go. Pumipingpong ang bola rito ngayon. Pero nakuha ng Tuloy FC. Levi Sahor got it in the middle. Pero ito ngayon ang counter-attack ng Air Force. Pero may player down dito, si Rocky Grizola. Huwag kayo mag-alala doon. Yung medyo itim nandun ay ang infill or ang parang goma sa ating turf. Kita nga natin ang fouls so far in this game. 10 fouls sa Air Force, 3 sa Tuloy.
13 fouls in total and 59 minutes pa lang ang nakakalipas. So, physicality talaga. Hindi sila takot na maglagay ng paa sa harapan pero napangahan yata to si Grizola.
Mukhang natamaan sa muka.
Uy!
Siko.
ang matigas pang parte ng siko ang tumama sa mukha.
Kahit nandito lang tayo sa commentator's table, ramdam ko yun
Nayanig ang mundo ni Grizola nun.
Pero mukhang walang foul tayo dito, no? Nag-stoppage of play lang tayo for Grizola. And we want to remind you that Star Polaris is the official match ball of the Philippines Football League. Yan nga ulit ang match ball ng PFL, ang Star Polaris.
Matigas din ang bola kapag tumama sa mukha.
Tama, ramdam ko na rin yan dati.
From experience tayo.
Oo, doon ako naka-learning experience. So, we saw, kita natin, okay, si Rocky Grizola and is fine to continue.
Oh yeah.
When he was we saw in the instant replay that he was actually elbowed. May siko nga doon. Sa totoo, foul talaga yan.
Ito yan yung mga matatawag mong occupational hazard.
Ayun. Veteran moves nga, di ba? Ang tawag doon, di ba?
Kapag kaalanganin yung angulo ng referee. Kasi you cannot put the blame on the referee sa mga ganitong situation. Dahil kung saan sila nakatayo at kung hindi nila makita yung na-clear elbow, hindi naman nila pwedeng bigyan ng call yung hindi nila nakita.
Kita nga natin, possession with at 53-47. Tuloy have used some chances to get on. But finishing has let them down a bit already in this game, we can say.
Well, not just finishing, but as a matter of fact, yun talagang they are still trying to get closer before they pull the trigger. They're not really taking a lot of chances from the outside. So medyo nag-rely pa rin sila sa short passing love, which is good in principle kung yun talaga yung gusto nilang play.
Pero kita nga natin with shots on target, 5 para sa Philippine Air Force, 7 for Tuloy. Pero medyo kulang yung pagka-danger or yung quality, no, sa shots on target ng Tuloy. Di talaga pinahirapan ng goalkeeper si Zaldi Abraham ng Air Force.
Medyo nag-warm up na nga lang siya.
Oo nga Siyempre, mahalaga din yung stretching. Kahit gabi ngayon dito, medyo mainit pa rin, no?
Lalo na
Pero
pag heat index.
mas malala yung init nga dito sa unang laro natin, Glenn. Si Brian Villanueva nga ulit, medyo marked man na nga siya. At mukhang may warning na nga dito ang ating referee, si Chris Melcayabyab, kay Dari Poderoso. Ito na si John Lloyd Halike. Pero nandun yung teamwork at chemistry ngayon para sa Airmen.
Magaganda ang mga passes na pinapakita nila ngayong gabi. Philippine Air Force hanging on to the ball. Tulad nga ng sinasabi ng coach nila, kailangan nilang hawakan pa yung bola ng mas matagal.
Oo nga.
And yun din, nakikita mo, it's paying off for them ngayon na hindi sila masyadong nagmamadali, hindi sila mahilig na sa long balls going forward.
Here comes Air Force now on the counter, Eric Mauring. Hindi siya makahanap ng kakampi. Villanueva. You see there's space now for Tuloy. John Lloyd Halike was going for that spin, but here's a counter attack. Nandito ngayon kay Eric Mauring. Jan De La Riarte. Umiscore na nga ang kanyang kapatid kanina. Nunez, naghahanap ng ng kakampi. Number 2 is going at it. Makasinag, dispossessing Grizola. Nakuha ng Air Force ang bola, pero binalik dito.
Medyo maganda na nga yung run of play nila dyan sa may kanang bahagi ng defense ng Tuloy. Medyo umiinit na naman ba si Air Force at naghahanap na naman ng pagkakataong makaabante palalo.
If Air Force get one more goal, ayun na, naka-take off na sila, di ba? Kasi 3 goals, may cushion, di ba, sa sitwasyon na yun. If Tuloy score once, they will trim the lead. Here's a chance now, Halike! Pero offside ang tawag dito. No goal para sa Tuloy.
Ito na siguro ang pinakamalapit na pagkakataon for Tuloy to have scored a goal. Pero yung timing ng takbo, ayun na, nakalagpas na siya sa linya. Sa second to the last na player, sa pinakahuling defender, nung ginawa yung pasa.
No goal for Tuloy FC due to offside. Babalik ang bola rito sa Airmen. The ball bouncing around. Nakuha nila dito. Bronda, binalik dito sa likod. Pero kita nga natin ang pressure. Grabe, parang hindi pa pagod si John Lloyd Halike ng Tuloy.
Well, kinakailangan yan kung pagka physically fit ka, kailangan mong ibigay at siguraduhin na by the end of the game, naubos mo ang stamina mo yan.
Tayo, bawas na stamina natin. Nandito lang tayo sa grandstand, no?
Ikaw ba naman manood ng ganito kainit na laban? For
Oo.
sure yan, brother.
Pero sila, mainit na. Naglalaro pa. Kanina rin din, of course, with the heat. Less than 30 minutes remaining in this game. Again, the first goal in the 21st minute mula kay Ronald Makasinag, which was assisted by Jed De Lariarte. Yung second goal or pangalawang goal natin sa Air Force nga ulit para kay Jed De Lariarte. Kaya 2-0 ang score natin ngayon. Air Force searching for their first win. 0 wins ang Air Force in 3 games. Baka mag-iiba yan mamaya after this.
We can't say until the final whistle, pero nakikita nga natin yung urgency na pinapalabas ngayon ni Tuloy with the cross before this goal kick. Medyo apat na yung nag-aabang nun, and I think they might find something similar sa susunod na gameplay.
Posible nahanap nila Staff Sergeant Erwin Oro and Staff Sergeant Joel Bermejo. Posible nahanap ang formula ng Air Force.
Hopefully going forward nga na medyo may ibubuga na ulit si Air Force pagdating sa mga malaki-laking kalaban din.
Tama. Tingnan natin. There's a foul. I think that was a hit to the face. Well, the fouls are piling up already. At may yellow card tayo rito para sa Air Force. Mukhang kay Carl Bronda ang yellow. We've actually seen a number of fouls already here. Kita nga natin sa statistics kanina. You are allowed to commit fouls, no, Glenn, sa football. Pero kung masyadong madami, medyo mahirap.
Yes, hindi siya tulad na sa basketball kung saan counted lang ang number of fouls dyan.
Oo. Pero tinatansya ng referee, di ba?
Tama. Pero you can only get 2 yellow cards and the second one sends you off.
Tama. One yellow card, okay lang, halos. 2 yellow cards in one game. Sent off, sent off. Pero
Tama.
walang magsasub sa'yo, no?
Tama.
10 versus 11 ang laro.
Tama. Kaya nga tinatawag ang yellow card na warning kasi kapag ka hindi ka madala sa verbal warning at ginagawa mo pa rin yung type of tackles or physicality na hindi nagugustuhan ng referee.
At tama nga, yung bago magka-yellow card madalas, may verbal warning nga.
Well, depende sa referee yan. Kasi
Yes.
may iba, pagka talagang very stern sa laro, it's the referee's decision talaga kung gusto niya maglabas agad ng yellow.
Pwede,
May
no?
mga nakita
Oo.
tayo, first 30 seconds pa lang ng laro,
Oo.
naglabas ng yellow.
Oo. May mga panahon medyo malala, no? Yung taulo pisikalan. Kita nga natin kanina sa grandstand, may mga fans. Libre manood ng Philippines Football League sa grandstand. You can also or sa bleachers rather. My apologies. People sa bleachers natin. Kita nyo sa camera, libre manood doon. It is 150 pesos as the shot is taken and denied by Zaldi Abraham. No, it is 150 pesos to join us here in the grandstand. And 50 pesos will be donated to your team of choice.
Wow, not bad, not bad. Pero very not bad din yung save kanina ni Jose Zaldi Abraham. Full stretch. And yun yung mga mahihirap na anggulong kunin yung kapag papasok siya sa baba. Yung akala mong papasok siya sa itaas na corner.
Oo. At kita mo nga natin, may long thrower ang Tuloy FC, si Rocky Grizola. Binato ang bola sa goalkeeper box. Parang nagiging cross, di ba? Nakita nga natin sa mga iba't ibang player. And the header by Villanueva, pero wala.
Pagkakataon na sana ng Tuloy yun if there was an extra player forward kasi medyo out of position si Zaldi Abraham nun.
Oo. At rebound, no?
Medyo tumalbog lang nga lang sa kakampi ni Abraham kaya hindi nangyari.
Air Force will dictate this game. They can slow it down because they have 2 goals. Lamang nga sila. At yan ang switch na Glenn, sinasabi natin. Binato sa kabila o binigay sa kabila.
And ang magandang advantage niyan, kapag ka nakikita mong nagfo-focus yung play sa isang side ng field, doon nagkukumpulan yung mga defender.
Ayun.
Kaya kapag bigla ka nag-switch sa kabila, hahabulin pa nila.
Kung posible, may isang libre din dun, no? Sa kabila.
Tama yun.
And also, this is the first encounter of these two squads. Nasa ibang grupo ang mga, or they were not in the same groups, yung Tuloy FC and Philippine Air Force. This is Tuloy's first season in the Philippines Football League. Yung Air Force naman ay returning squad. Sumali nga yung Philippine Air Force back in 2019. Yung Philippines Football League season right before the pandemic.
Oh yes, that's right.
Tuloy will try to kickstart this. Medyo kailangan nila ng push start dito sa itong laro. 2-0, this game still within reach. Pero medyo naubusan sila ng oras.
Pero they are trying to switch things up. Yung through ball na sinubukan nilang gawin dun sa gitna. However, medyo madaling ma-intercept dahil mas matangkad ng konti ang mga players ng Air Force.
And here was another challenge or a tackle mula sa Air Force. At yan ang second yellow card for Air Force, or 3 already actually. Nag-update ang ating statistics dito. Oh, late challenge. Fouls at 13-3. Lamang ang Air Force doon. Pero may 3 yellow card na rin ang Air Force. Dahil doon, may free kick ang Tuloy FC. May chance sila umiscore.
Magandang angulo to. If you have the ability na kumuha ng mga long range shot tulad ng ganito, yun yung mahirap na skill na i-master eh. Kaya lalagyan mo ng tamang pektos yung bola para umangat siya paibabaw, lalagpasan yung mga nagbabantay. Pero kailangan may sapat siyang ikot, may sapat siyang pektos para bumaba ulit. Yun yung talagang hindi mababasa ng keeper ng basta-basta, yung biglang pagbago ng direksyon ng bola.
Kita nga natin ang yellow ay kay Rodolfo Bebanco. May pisikalan na sa box, wala pa nga yung pito.
Jockeying for position tayo, kailangan yan.
At yan nga ulit, confirmation. 3 yellow cards for Air Force. Lamang sila sa yellow cards and goals.
Pero fair play to Tuloy, despite the physicality, no cards issued yet.
Oo nga eh. Dumidiscarte din sila. Pero may times din nagfa-foul ang Tuloy FC, no?
I believe they have, if not mistaken, 3 or 4 fouls. 3 fouls, I think.
There you go. At ito nga, second set of reminders mula sa ating referee, si Crismel Cayabyab. Desperado ang Tuloy FC umiscore, or they are desperate to score. Air Force are desperate to stop Tuloy FC. Tingnan natin dito. Safety first.
Pero that was a smart move. Instead of taking the shot themselves, pumeke sila at gumawa ng isang low and long na pass papasok sa box.
Kita nga natin because Tuloy FC's players are shorter than those of Air Force. Matangkad yung mga player ng Air Force, no? Bata pa lang yung mga players ng Tuloy FC. At yan ang well-timed sliding tackle, no?
Yes, sir.
With a chance now, Benalueva couldn't connect though. Saldi Abraham triggering the counter-attack. Napakalayo yun.
Parang minsan lang tayo makakita ng ganong klaseng long pass from a goalkeeper na hindi sinipa.
Oo nga eh.
Usually, you would need to kick the ball para sa ganon. Kaso yung accuracy nga naman, wala.
Kala ko nga sinipa.
A lot of power behind that.
Oo. Ang layo nga rin. Abot halos sa half-line. So, check lang natin. But earlier today with the results, Stallion Laguna's Finn McDaniel is the outright leading scorer now dito sa Golden Boot race. Parang best scorer yan dito because of his effort. And then yung second place ay Tsukasa Shimomura ng Wantagig FC. Nunez, naghahanap ng kakampi. About 15 minutes remaining until additional time. May chance pa rin ang Tuloy dito.
Ngayon, si Tuloy naman ang nag-utilize ng space dyan sa side.
Rocky Grizola na kay Noti Nunez. Pumeki ata. Pero nakahabol ang depensa ng Airmen.
Sinubukan niya maging tricky dun sa part na yun para malagpasan ang bantay niya. Pero a poor touch on that ball means na may pagkakataon siyang maagawan. At naagawan nga.
At ito na, nandito ang depensa ng Air Force, nandito ang Tuloy, kailangan ng opensa. Makakagawa ba sila ng paraan? Tingnan natin.
Medyo kumakatok na sa pintuan ng Air Force itong si Tuloy. At ngayon, medyo tumatambay na nga sila sa harapan ng bahay ng Air Force ngayon.
Ito yung throw in, given away.
Medyo nasayang na pagkakataon din yun.
Oo nga eh. Siguro doorbell ng Tuloy, no? Pero ayaw pa lumabas yung Air Force. Ganun kasolid yung depensa nila.
Medyo hindi talaga makalusot yung si Tuloy. Pero nakikita natin na nagkakaroon ng pagkakataon na may nakakalagpas sa guhit. Ang problema nga lang talaga, kaya pa kayang tapalan ni Air Force ang butas sa bakod bago sila ma-iskoran ni Tuloy.
Alam nga natin, maganda rin pinapakita ng goalkeeper of Philippine Air Force, si Zaldi Abraham. Levi Sohor naging partner up front. A shot taken but no good. Pero mukhang may card ulit dito. At may yellow card. Fourth yellow card of Air Force in this game as a team. Another Tuloy player down.
Medyo kanina kino-comment natin ng konti si Air Force for not having as much cards. Pero this time...
I think this is Coach Erwin Oro. Yes, who is furious. He is showing his frustration to Timothy De Castro, ang fourth official natin. Pero 4 yellows na rin ang Philippine Air Force.
A testament to their physicality and their commitment to defend.
Kung maka-yellow card ka earlier this season, tapos maka-yellow card ulit sa mga susunod na laro, magiging suspension yan. Pero kung matik dalawang yellow sa game nga, automatic red card.
And suspension.
Tanggal ka rito. Pero medyo inis na nga si Coach Erwin Oro doon. Pero kita natin kanina, we saw Cyril Saud get floored with Dari Poderoso getting that last yellow. At mukhang ito na ang time wasting ng Air Force kasi understandable, lamang nga sila. If any team is leading, Glenn, we often see this happen, no, sa football. Pero knowing the referees and the loss of the game now, kung nagta-time wasting yung isang team, ilalagay nilang mamaya sa additional time, no?
Oo, kaya may times din na parang hindi mo rin makikita yung point nun eh. Kaso yung psychological effect nung pag-delay. Kasi ang mindset mo niyan, medyo nakakasaka na, medyo handa ka ng sumabak, tapos yung momentum mo mapuputol dahil kinailangan itigil yung laro.
Ayun, nawawala yung momentum, no? Parang yung kasama doon sa momentum, yung timing, parang yung gana, no? As here was one of the plays earlier. Hindi yan yung huling play. Some highlights to keep you company. It's been mainly Tuloy FC now, attacking in this one, we could say. Dumidepensa na nga ang Air Force.
At medyo na busy na rin si Zaldi Abraham sa pagtanggol sa kanyang kupunan.
At yun din nga. Lamang ang Air Force, nilalabas din yung veteran moves. And we say this to all the teams, of course, who look to take time off the clock. Kasi running time nga tayo dito sa football.
Totoo yan.
But whatever time is lost, well, we put back on the clock. But we continue to see fourth official Timothy De Castro have a word with the likes of Coach Jobel Bermejo and Erwin Oro. They don't seem to be happy with all the cards they've been getting in this one.
Well, you should. This is something na medyo expected na from a neutral fans perspective if kilala talaga nila ang style of play ni Air Force. Plus, titingnan mo rin yung mga nahuling games nila. Like for example, yung very first game kung saan very well carded din ang maraming players nung time. Tapos yung ito pang huling game kung saan may red card pa. And now, we're looking at 4 red cards here, which could mean na all of those
Yellow
4
cards,
players,
no? Oo.
yellow cards pala, sorry,
Gulat ako dun.
which could mean that all of these players are at a risk of a red
Yes.
from a second yellow kung hindi sila mag-ease up sa physicality nila.
But before we resume play, mukhang may card nga. I think this is Coach Erwin Oro who is getting the yellow. Siguro sa excessive complaining, no?
Medyo.
Kasi, or before play was stopped, or right when play was stopped, with Zaldi Abraham getting hurt or succumbing to what we suppose is cramps, we could see, nagre-reklamo na rin si Coach Erwin Oro dito to the referees. And now that we are about to resume play, nagre-reklamo pa rin si Coach. He does not seem to be happy, no? Dito.
I agree. And yun nga, the referee can actually give out yellow cards to anyone who is present in the field. At kapag ka nabigyan ka ng second yellow or red, you could be sent off na kahit hindi ka naglalaro, hindi ka pwedeng lumapit sa field.
Tama. I think, but although one coach is allowed to stay in the technical area, pero siguro yung sa excessive complaining, no? Kaya nagkadilaw si Coach Erwin Oro. But they are still up 2-0 as we speak.
Pero Tuloy, knocking on the door.
Halike couldn't though, but is hurt again. There was no foul called, but he came so close.
Konting entanglement na naman sa isang 50-50 opportunity.
And to recap the results, Air Force did not start their PFL well. 3 straight losses. Natalo 7-0 sa Mindiola, 8-0 sa Wantagig FC. Pero naka-goal sila sa 4-1 game versus United City FC. May time nga sa first half. Tabla sila 1-1 until United City FC were able to find their shooting boots o kanilang opensa. Ito nga nangyari kay John Lloyd Halike. Manggaan lang siguro, no?
Parang fair tackle naman. Tingnan natin from this alternate angle. Oo, kasi na-dispossess ang bola. Yun nga lang, kahit na ball first, hindi pa rin may iwasan yung contact, being a full contact sport sa football. So, it's a fair tackle dahil nauna niyang nakuha ang bola bago yung player.
So we run through the results, no? So yung naka-consolation goal ng Air Force sa last game nila sa United City FC. Kaya nandun na rin ang kumbiyansa nila. For Tuloy FC, on the other hand, check na natin ang kanilang mga resulta. May opening weekend loss sila to Maharlika FC. 3-2. Dikit ang laban nun, Glenn, no? With John Lloyd Halike. Was able to give the offense. Tapos nanalo 5-0 versus Manila Monte. Ang umiscore dun, si Halike nakadalawa. Pati si Oracoy, Cyril Saut at John Diaz umiscore. Si Halike din naka-assist sa game versus Monte. Kasama niya din ay si Justin Lupanco. At yung last game nila, umiscore si Brian Villanueva sa 7-1 loss versus Cebu nga, isang AFC Cup team, di ba? Napakalakas sila. Pero yung Tuloy nga, mga bata.
Pero looking at this game right now, kapag ka ma-maintain, kasi we only have 7 minutes of regulation na natitira.
Tama.
Philippine Army has the potential to move up the ranks at mapunta sila 10th place, my friend.
Correct.
Ang laki ng tinalon from 14th to 10th.
Yes. Angat sila sa gitna na ng ating standings, no? At kung nasa gitna sila ng standings, may traffic nga dun. Kung manalo sila today, and next week, angat pa nga sila lalo. Ganun kadikit ang standings natin ngayon, no?
Yan yung kumbaga sa Formula 1, yung mga middle field.
Ayun, but here's a chance for Tuloy now. They cut it back, but we're not on the same page. A shot taken though off the defender. Ito nga Saut. Nandun pa rin ang depensa ng Philippine Air Force.
Nagdalawang isip si Saut nun to take that shot. Iva-volley na sana niya, but there was a body in the way. Pero mas concerned siya na may matuhod kaysa matamaan ng bola.
Yan nga, gusto talaga kunin ng Air Force ang itong panalo. Air Force, we could say, are desperate to win. Because sabi nga ni Coach Jobel, kailangan na talaga bumawi ngayon.
At tama nga naman yan. Kasi a good result today could mean a lot in the long run, lalo na yung mentality ng Philippine Air Force.
Correct, because we have 15 teams dito sa PFL. And they will all play against each other. One single round robin. So walang second round do para bumawi.
Sa dami ng laro na ibibigay sa atin itong liga today, kahit na walang second round, marami-rami rin tayong panonooring football.
O nga, sabi mo nga ba, 105 games, is that correct?
105 games in total.
There you go. So wala tayong finals no dito. Whoever will be the best ranked team ang magiging champions sa Philippines Football League.
That's correct.
So play will resume. May throw in ang airmen. Tingnan nga ba natin? Will Air Force go home to Villamor with smiles and 3 points? Yung Tuloy nakauwi na ng 3 points sa Alabang, no?
With that 5-0 game with the sino na nakalaban nila back then?
Manila Monte.
Manila Monte.
At ayun, actually yung goalkeeper nga ng Manila Monte, si Mark James Jones, no? May player actually for Tuloy back in the day. Parang nagpaalam daw siya dito.
And not surprising na considering yung quality na binigay niya last time that we called or I helped you call for that game.
Yes, sir. At sabi nga, masaya nga si Coach Taki Suzuki that he is doing well. And yung vision nga ni Coach, yung vision ni Coach Taki is to see more Tuloy players and coaches from Tuloy, of course. Noti Nunez, more players and coaches, of course, because dun sila rin magkaka-career, di ba?
Tama yan.
With a chance to work their way in. Nunez, nakakuha ba niya? Mukhang wala. Nakuha ni Silas Saud. Saud pa rin. Halike! 2-1 here! Game on! Air Force asking for offside, pero counted daw ang ating goal dito.
Fantastic resilience coming from Tuloy. Makikita mo dito from how they wanted that ball so badly. And that pass, beautifully done and perfectly onside. Si Halike ay nakaabang lang, hindi siya umabante at hindi niya nilagpasan ng huling defense. Perfect timing. And the skill though, wala na siyang isang segundo para i-take yung shot na yun. Confidence, nice.
Hard work paying off nga dito, no? Para kay John Lloyd Halike. Si John Lloyd Halike ang leading scorer ng Tuloy FC ngayong season. 5 goals to his name.
And well-deserved. Ito ang nangyayari pagka may katok ng katok sa pinto at sumilip ka lang ng konti.
Di ata naniniwala yung crowd dito, no? Na good, nag-confirm nga sa atin kung good yung goal or offside. 2-1 ang ating score dito. Game on.
Game on indeed. At meron pa tayong natitirang about 2 minutes dito sa regulation plus yung stoppage.
Yes. Check nga natin ano magiging stoppage time. Pero medyo buhay ang Tuloy FC fans ngayon, no?
Lalo na may ganyang pagkakataon ngayon para tumabla.
Ito na nga ang Tuloy FC attack. Gets past one. Will he make it two? The shot taken. Abraham. Walang rebound dito para sa Tuloy.
Zaldi Abraham keeping it, making sure that it's really a close match indeed. Look at this save. At ang ganda ng angulo ng tira na to. That was from the goal earlier. Nabigla lang si Zaldi nun na napunta kay Halike ang bola.
Kita nga natin dun, nahingi yung Air Force ng handball daw against Tuloy in that one. But here's a chance now on the counter. Chance to answer back. Makasinag. 1-on-3. Pero nandun na ang kanyang kakampi, si Eric Mauring.
Medyo nagdalawang isip pa si Eric Mauring sa takbo niya, kaya naunahan pa siya ng defender.
Archie Pabellar. Tuloy now on the right. Long ball.
Ito na, kailangan na ni Air Force na kumalma-kalma, kontrolin ng bola. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina at the start of the game. Yung closing, kung paano mo patitigasin ang depensa mo ngayon na yung momentum ay nasa kalaban mo.
Tama. Nag-swing yung momentum, di ba? Nakagol yung Tuloy. Nakuha nila yung momentum.
Alam mo, sa football makikita.
A chance now but it's over the bar. Close but not quite. Muntik na. As you were saying, Glenn, no?
Yes. Wow, konti na lang yun.
Si Levi Sahor, yung madalas, yung score nila off the bench. Pero yung sinasabi mo, as there is Air Force now, or managing the clock.
Pero dito mo talaga makikita sa laro ng football na napakalaki ng effect ng mentality ng isang player. Tingnan mo ngayon si Tuloy. Kanina na nakikita mo sa play nila, sloppy passing, unable to find the openings. Pero yung isang goal na yan, nakikita mo biglang gumaganda yung pasa, uma-active sila at ang takbo ay gumaganda at ginaganahan.
2 players now down on the pitch getting themselves stretched out for Philippine Air Force. At magwa-water break na rin yung Tuloy. This is a de facto cooling break. No cooling break this evening. Dahil medyo okay na ang ating kondisyon. Wala nang araw.
Medyo handle na nila ang init.
We have 7 minutes of additional time, but let's take a look. This was the last play from the looks of it. Grabe talaga nun.
Akala mo they were gonna score the second one.
Muntik na nga si Levi Sahor. As we see the airman who is down at the moment. It is Patrick Salenga. Away from the camera actually, sa may half line natin, there's another airman who is also getting himself stretched out. Game management with the score favoring them. Pero nandun nga yung momentum ng Tuloy.
Pero breaks like these could actually put a damper sa momentum ng isang team on the rise. Ngayon yung medyo talagang difficult part nito eh. Kapag yung team medyo umaarangkada na at naudlot ng ganyan, sometimes hindi bumabalik yung momentum.
Ayun, and before play will also resume, we will have a substitution. Si Patrick Salenga ang lalabas at ang papasok ay si Abriel Belgira. There's one of the players in Jed De La Yarte, yung goal scorer and the man who got 1 assist being helped off.
Medyo kapag nag-push ka beyond your physical limits, bigla-bigla ka nalang magugulat na pagod na pala katawan mo once the adrenaline wears off.
Ayun din, at pati yung scenario nga sa game, no, lamang nga sila.
Kaya nga.
Substitution for Philippine Air Force FC.
There you go, there was the substitution confirmed.
Replaced by player 12, Adrian Benhira.
So play will finally resume here.
Pretty sure na referee is gonna add the additional stoppage dun sa current stoppage natin.
Actually, by my count, mga 2 minutes and 42 seconds na rin yung nasunog dito sa ating oras.
So wag tayo magugulat kung medyo lumagpas-lagpas pa tayo sa 7 minutes.
Kasi again, with the loss of the game, if you waste time, they will put it back up on the clock. Babawi pa lalo sa added time.
That's correct.
Kung ubos yan ng added time, maglalagay pa sila ng oras, no?
Oo. It's always the decision of the referee kung paano niya lalaroin yung oras from that point. This is merely yung parang sinasabi lang, recommendation kumbaga, na ito yung added time na idadagdag ni referee sa regular time.
This long ball to stop them. Nunez. Great skill. And when they want to control the game with skills like that, a chance, pero offside dito.
Yun na, nakikita na natin ang eagerness. Medyo naatat at napamadali ng konti noon si John Levi Sahor.
But this has to be hard because time is running out.
They have to find a goal from somewhere dito. Kaya ngayon na medyo nabuksan na nila ng konti yung pinto, lalo pa silang kakatok niyan.
Tama. So Air Force actually made 1 substitution in added time. Pero may isa pang sub. Mukhang ginagamit talaga ang kanilang substitution opportunities. 3 opportunities yan, no? Minus, hindi kasama ang halftime. So their players taking time to get off this game. So from the 7 minutes added on, actually, we've seen a lot of stoppages, Glenn.
For sure. So I don't think masusunod natin ng 7 minutes na yan. But it's always the prerogative of the referee. I've seen referees na very strict sa time. I've seen referees who ends the game earlier than the prescribed time.
So Jed De La Yarte will step off as Kent Guevara comes in. Pero kahit kapapano, kahit dahil nasa added time tayo, we are closing in on the finish line. Sunday night football to end your weekend strong. Pabeliar got it over dito kay Villanueva. Desperation time for Tuloy. They have to get the ball forward. Kita nga natin. Lamang ang Air Force 2-1.
Yung mga forward ng Tuloy expecting that long ball, trying to time a run that would unlock the defense, pero easier said than done.
And there was a clear clip on Nunez. I think it was on Guevara. And he sure did look to foul also para ma-stun na rin yung momentum, no? Ito nga siya.
May pagka yung professional foul na kung tawagin.
Professional foul, no? Para makakuha ng stop o ma-delay yung attack.
Or ma-break yung momentum.
Tama. Nunez, their main playmaker. Long ball forward. Pero nakuha nga ni Abraham. Closing in on the 7th minute. Pero Glenn, sabi mo nga, we are expecting more time dahil sa mga stoppages natin.
Pero hindi magmamadali si Abraham na kunin to.
The volley to get it as far as they can. Pero outside. Bola ng Air Force.
Pagkakataon ng Air Force na umabante ng konti, especially considering na yung momentum palaban sa kanila kanina pa.
With this win, Tuloy will stay in the middle sa ating standings o sa gitna. Philippine Air Force aangat ng konti. Sasama na sila dito sa ating logjam sa standings.
Mapupunta from a bottom table team, magiging mid-table team sila ngayon.
Tama. We are in the early stages of this season at kita nga natin, ganun kadikit ngayon ang teams. Tuloy will try to roll the dice. Pwede nga natin sabihin, kailangan nila ng magic. But another airman who is down. Let's try to check who it is, Glenn.
Medyo you can also hear from where we're sitting right now, we can hear the displeasure of the fans from Tuloy.
And the man down was Ronald Makasinag, yung goal scorer. He gave us the first goal of the game. Sa 21st minute. Brian Villanueva, the long ball, desperation time for Tuloy and Coach Taki Suzuki. But applause again here if Tuloy do not get the result because of their style of play. Rocky Grizola. Will they keep this in? It's just bouncing off. That's what Air Force do. Air Force fans approving of that.
Pero honestly speaking, this is no longer the same Tuloy that we're seeing. A little bit of desperation, no longer focusing on the ground balls as much as they would normally,
Tama.
no? Kaya medyo nakakakita tayo ng konting gaps na.
Ang dahilan nga doon kasi paubos na nga ang oras, di ba? Yung long ball, matik, makakapunta doon sa attacking end. Pero, posible, isasalo ng Air Force players.
Desperation times nga ang tawag dyan. Talagang kinakailangan nilang umabante at mas kailangan nilang umabante agad.
Let's see, Tuloy FC with 11 shots on target, converting to 1 goal. What a chance. Grizola kept it in, but it was denied by the defense. Halos nasa goal line na yun.
Yan ang pinaka-close to a second goal as we could see from Tuloy. And now the pressure is piling up against Air Force.
Yung cross mula kay Nunez, pero outside na. Ganun kapagod ang players as Philippine Air Force end their winless run here. What a game. Tuloy frustrated with the way they played, but they can hold their head high. Tuloy FC young boys again, but Philippine Air Force. Grabe no, Glenn, what an effort dito. Pinakita nila ang koponan nila, Staff Sergeant Erwin Oro at Staff Sergeant Joel Bermejo, ang mga coach nila.
If we were observing the previous games leading up to this one, nakakakita na nga tayo ng konting momentum coming from Philippine Air Force. Kaya itong medyo, although hindi natin na-expect na magiging ganito kaklapit ang laban na to, we were expecting that the Air Force would show something better compared to their first 3 games. At hindi tayo na-disappoint.
They were able to deliver right there as they get their first win this season after 4 games. So natalo sila 3 times at nalalo sila in their 4th game already. We look at our goal scorers again. We do have Ronald Macasinag giving us the first one, while it was Jed Delariarte who assisted him and found the back of the net in the 41st minute, while John Lloyd Halike did score in the 87th minute. Kaya dikit ang laban nga natin sa huli with that. But it's been a great game so far. Contrasting styles, no? Pero nanalo ang mga veterano.
Very, very entertaining from our perspective. Especially kung ikaw ay isang neutral fan, medyo matutuwa ka nga sa naging outcome today. Expecting that both of these teams have a bone to pick, have a reason para mag-keep ng 3 points. And lo and behold, looks like si Air Force naman ngayon ang nakakuha ng 3 puntos ngayong araw.
Kung may bright spot o consolation ang Tuloy FC rather, umiscore sila sa kanilang talo versus Cebu FC, at dito din umiscore sila. Walang clean sheet pero napakasaya ang Philippine Air Force dito, no? Their first win this season at aangat sila ulit sa standings, sabi mo.
Yes, if my math is not mistaken, I think aakyat sila up to 10th place, 10 out of 15. So wala na sila sa may bottom table at aakyat sila ngayon sa mid table, kung saan andyan ang mga kagaya ni Tuloy, kagaya ni Loyola and Menjola, which are veteran teams to consider that.
Tama. Naka-bounce back na nga ang Philippine Air Force from their tough results. Iba talaga, no? Natuto talaga sa learning experience.
Learning experience is correct. And yun nga, medyo nagiging paulit-ulit na tayo dito. Pero this has been a very common comparison nga sa mga AFP teams natin na they are definitely like diesel engines na kinakailangan ng konting warm-up. Medyo matagal bago umarangkada, pero tingnan mo nga naman, they can bring the results right when they need it. Kahit
Pabor sa kanila ang sitwasyon man o hindi, nandun ang never say die attitude ng lahat ng mga military teams or AFP teams, no?
Well, yun yung nakakatuwa sa kanila ngayon. And this is where you could see nga na even before yung mga actual na big leagues na to, before na naging big ang football sa Pilipinas, domestically speaking, yung Philippine Air Force, Philippine Army, sila yung mga talagang nagdadala ng mga kampyonato before.
And now we will turn it over pitchside to Sidney Crespo with our moment man of the match.
Philippine Air Force FC finally earned their first win of the season at kasama ko ang kanilang moment man of the match na si Jed Delariarte. Jed, ikaw ang nakakuha ng inyong pangalawang goal ngayong gabi. Pero Jed, matapos ng 3 masakit na pagkatalo, ngayon nakuha nyo na yung panalo. Paano nyo ba ito pinaghirapan?
Magandang gabi po, ma'am. Pinaghirapan po namin ito. Nag-training lang po kami na nag-training. Saka sinusunod lang po namin yung mga tinuturo ng mga coaches namin. Yan ang po, ma'am.
Jed, nabanggit ni Coach Erwin Oro na meron kayong tendencies na sa huli parang nababawasan yung intensity nyo sa game na nakakaapekto sa setting up a teammate or even to defend. Pero ngayon, ano bang nagbago?
Ang bali po, ma'am, nag-focus po kami sa gaining of stamina. Yun lang po, ma'am. Para matapos po namin yung laro hanggang sa uli, ma'am.
And speaking of, Jed, bago ka namin nakasama dito, nandun ka sa gilid, parang may ginagamot sa'yo. Kamusta ka ba ngayon? Ano nararamdaman mo?
Ay, okay lang po, ma'am. Maliit po. Sugat lang po.
Ayun, sugat lang naman at panigurado na makaka-recover agad si Jed Delariarte, ang ating moment man of the match. That's it from our pitch side ngayong PFL Sunday. Back to you guys.
Our interview, and there you go, Jed Delariarte, our moment man of the match. 1 assist at may kasama pang goal ang sabi natin kanina, at may man of the match award to him to take it home. As we will take it through the highlights I think this was a long but fun game, no Glenn? Grabe.
Nakaka-enjoy ang ganitong closely knit match. And I would really love to see more games like this na hindi we don't need the heavy scorelines. We need close matches like these. Pero of course, we're just getting the league started.
Yes, and because you do not always need the goals, right? Because we just had a close 2-1 game here as we got to see. I believe this was the second goal, right? Because we did get to see the goals in the first half dito. Well, that was the first goal earlier. Ito ang naging eventual game winner right early in the game to Air Force trusting their defense. There you go, Jed De La Yarte finding the back of the net in what was a thriller. The goals weren't all there, but it's not all about that, right? Kita nga natin ganda ng execution and plays on the pitch, right? When we were saying it's we also had a goalless draw yesterday. Mula yung teams nyo doon ay ang Wantagig at Kaya FC. And no goals to show, pero okay yung pinakita nila sa pitch, no? As the action continued on here. Shot after shot. And unfortunately for Tuloy, they did find the back of the net once, but it was not enough. But that one was offside, actually. But they sure did so eventually. But we will call it a day right here. This was Clara Manzano on call for this match alongside Glenn Casas, among inyong commentators po for this one. And thank you very much in behalf of Direk Francis Hopilio, Pitchside reporter Sidney Crespo, all the hard-working staff in this one. See you and good night.
People always try to put me down on the ground, but I haters be jealous cause I'm the right in their mind. In their minds, screw up with me, boy, don't go crying in their minds. Come on at me, boy, there's a fight in their minds.